Okay. Yeah. Now we can get started. Hey, it's Braxton, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about my internship with BeAlive. First off, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone at BeAlive who had a say in me joining the team this summer. I'm truly thankful for the opportunity, and I hope you guys have as much fun with it as I do. I don't even know where to begin, because this is crazy. I have never had a job on the first day where I'm out camping. And literally that's what we did. We were camping in Ludington State Park for about 3 days, taking pictures of new clothing that we dropped. And it was such a fun time. The weather was perfect, we got great pictures, and the people to hang out with, incredible. I've never met such a great group of people. All I did basically was run around and swap lenses for Jason when he needed. He took the still pictures of all of our clothing. Zach, another filmographer, was running a camera and gimbal setup, and that was pretty neat. It intrigued me a lot and encouraged me to go buy my own gear. I'm not sure what I was really expecting out of this trip. I thought I was gonna do more, but then again, it's my first week. Can I expect to do anything more than swap lenses and carry the camera bag? But overall, I had a great time. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the camera and gimbal that Zach was using. I learned a lot about taking these lifestyle, active clothing pictures, whatever the heck it was that we were doing, and running different types of cameras. I've never used a Canon camera before in my life. This is filmed on a Sony, so it was a new experience for me, and it was great, really, and it made me learn I need to be more patient. Week 2 was pretty chill. After going through some pictures through our Ludington trip, and then going on a turkey hunt actually offered by Mid-Michigan College, thank you, 3 scholars got to go on this turkey hunt with Jason Brown of BeAlive and the 989 Gobbler Club. We were out there, we had a great time, but inevitably, no turkeys. Week 3 is when I started to feel the pressure though. Back in December or November of 2021, Mid-Michigan College took a group of students to the BeAlive studio in Midland to watch the Winchester Shoot United shoot. And that's exactly what I was going to help film here in week 3. It was pretty intense. I set up all the gear pretty much myself. I had some help with Jason. We set up the scene, ran through the shot sheet of what we were going to do, and next thing you know, he's telling me to run the camera on the dolly. He's just gonna run a static camera. So I was pretty nervous. I had control of the audio and the camera on the dolly, making sure I'm doing the right, the right movements, how I can, when I can. Fast forward 4 hours into the day, we're pretty much done, and I looked at Jason and I say, dude, am I doing anything wrong? Like, tell me. And he said, no, I've been watching you, so I guess I'm not doing anything wrong. But I did definitely feel the pressure on the shoot, as it was for Winchester, a big client, and it was like kind of a lot of my responsibility. I was running a lot of the camera movements and the audio, which was big. So I definitely felt the pressure on week 3. Week 4 and 5 was extremely fun for me. First off, in week 4, my camera and gimbal setup finally got delivered to my apartment. So excited. After playing with Zach's camera and gimbal in Ludington, I was hooked. I knew I needed to get a gimbal and camera setup myself. It's just gonna change the game for me. I stayed home from work the day that my camera was gonna get delivered, just so I didn't miss it. I didn't. I promise you I didn't. As soon as the delivery guy came from his truck, walked his happy tail up to my apartment with camera in hand, and he drops it, like straight up. However, bless this man, because he must be a ninja by night. He comes through, swoops down and grabs the camera before it hits the ground last minute. That was incredible. My heart hurt for a little bit afterwards, but it was incredible. But finally, my camera and gimbal is here. Let's do something with it. So at BeAlive, Gina was doing a red, white, and blue tie-dye sweatshirt. There's some clips of me trying to move the gimbal. It's hard. First time using it, it's really kind of a challenge. But we did get some content put together, like this. I got even more practice with my gimbal on week 5, as everyone from BeAlive from across the country flew into Midland for a big company meeting, headshots, and to touch up the website. My goal pretty much was just to film everything, get practice moving the gimbal around while JB was taking headshots of the entire crew. Now you can tell I'm new with the gimbal as it's jittery sometimes and it moves up and down really hard and sharp, but I did get some pretty killer stuff. After filming getting headshots all day at the studio, we went as a crew down to the Loons game at the Dow Diamond, 10 minutes down the road. We had an executive suite, lined up taco bar. I mean, you can't ask for much more. But somehow we got more. After the game, the general manager came up to our suite and offered us to go out on the field so we can take a group picture. And we did. How incredible. It was so much fun. So big shout out to him and the rest of the BeAlive crew. The following few weeks were just kind of mumbled together. There was a lot of select cutting clips from our Ludington trip, hours on hours listening to music. I never thought I would be annoyed listening to music. It happened. It really happened. One thing outside of the office that we did during this time period was film a campaign ad for a local Midlander running for state senate. It was really fun. I got to learn a lot and I got to see a lot. It was a basic cookie cutter ad. However, being there in person, seeing how it was run, and then seeing the final product, it's incredible watching the process and inspiring really. All I did was stand around with a reflector and shine light on the sky, but it did make a world of a difference in the final output. And I guess it only makes sense for the intern to stand in a pile of poop, unknown poop, and hold the reflector for this guy. But Jason must have felt bad because he gave me the rest of the week off. Knowing that I had the rest of the week off and a whole weekend to myself, I went up to the Sleeping Bear sand dunes. I was gonna go camping for the weekend, but all the campsites were booked, so I ended up just making a day trip out of it. So check out this video. I hope you liked it. I really did have a whole plan of going in camping, filming the entire thing, tent setup, takedown, everything I did I was gonna document. Unfortunately, all the campsites were booked within like 30 miles of the Sleeping Bear Dunes, mind you. Anyhow, I had a really good time, got to go to my favorite coffee place, and I got to come back home and sleep in my own bed, so it really wasn't a loss. The past 2 weeks started slow, but got really busy. The first week was full of me selecting clips from Jason and Chris's Ohio hunt of 2021, which was awesome actually. I got to see the deer that Jason harvested when I was down there in Ohio through mid. So it was really cool to see his film and then to help edit that. Like I am a part of that, and so that's really cool. I'm thankful for that. I enjoyed every bit of it. It started to pick up on like a Monday when Jason and I filmed a Dow hosted golf event at the H Hotel. I had to be up super early, and that was the start of an early week for me. The following days were crazy. Tuesday, 9 a.m. I was in Detroit, back to Mount Pleasant. Wednesday, 3 p.m., I was back in Detroit for a fishing trip, back to Mount Pleasant. And then on Thursday in Grand Rapids to get my drone pilot's test. I went in super nervous, cramming as much knowledge as I could in the last 2 hours that I had. Fortunately, I passed. So, get ready for some epic drone shots, you know what I'm saying? Currently this past week I have been editing those clips that we filmed in Detroit. It's a pretty corporate video, so it's not too hard of editing, but it is very, very long and boring, if I'm being honest. And next week, I will be finishing those hunting edits for Chris and Jason. Before you know it, I'll be back in school. Jason will be in Alaska, and hopefully, I'll be making some more BeAlive content for you guys. Stay tuned, stick around, and no matter where you are, what you're doing, be alive.